Yeah.
Okay. Hello, teacher. How are you?
Good, I'm good. How are you?
Okay. Um, Go to start with the interview.
All right, sure.
What did you study?
I studied literature at York University, literature and creative writing, and then I got my master's in literature at the University of Toronto
Okay. Where did you study?
in Canada, so in Toronto.
Where are you from, teacher?
I'm from Canada, but a bit all over. So I was born in Ottawa, grew up in Quebec, and then have lived around the suburbs in Toronto.
Why do you teach in Colombia?
I like Colombia. I like the weather. I like living here, and I think that it's given me more professional opportunities than I can currently afford in Canada.
Yes. Science. When were you in Colombia, Rosa?
I've been in Colombia since November 2013, and I've been with Versailles and Rosie for about a year and a half now.
What things do you like about Colombia?
I love the salsa dancing. I like the bike culture. I like the vibrance. I like the warmth. It's never boring.
Are you married?
No.
No. Do you live alone or with someone?
I just got a new apartment and I have a new roommate, but I have my own place.
What do you do in your free time?
My free time, I do a lot of exercise. I swim professionally. I bike. I read, and I do some puzzles. I like salsa dancing. I'm pretty active.
What music? What music do you like?
I love all kinds of music. I like Latin music. I like rock and roll. I like pop, depending on what kind of pop I like. 90s, 80s, 70s, 60s.
Who is your favorite musician?
Ooh, depends on what genre. AC/DC if we're talking rock, and it would be Joey Arroyo if we're talking about salsa, definitely.
Where have you worked before, Rose?
I used to work at External, and then before that I was working International House Belfast in Ireland, and before that I was working International House Toronto. And I keep using
Did you teach in your country or another country?
Yes.
Different?
So I taught in Canada and I also taught in Ireland.
What are some common stereotypes about your country?
About my country, that we take snowmobiles to work, and that we live in igloos, and that we're very, very nice, and we say sorry a lot. And we can't say the word about, apparently.
Why is there a small population in Canada?
Frankly, I don't know. I think it's because a lot of it is underdeveloped, or I think it's just the quality of living is different. Canadians don't like living on top of each other. They like to have big spaces. And Canada is such a big country that most people have acres and acres of land. And I think it also goes back to the fact of, if you look at Canada as a country, there are some really famous and great cities. But if you look at Canada as a whole, most of the population is on the border with the United States. So you have Vancouver, you have Alberta, you have so Edmonton, Alberta, you have Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa. All of these cities, they're very close. They're within hours from the American border because it's significantly warmer living in southern Canada than it is living in northern Canada. we're talking about a difference of it being, minus 10 or minus 40 or minus 50 or so.
Okay.
So I think that has to do with it.
And the last question is, what difference are there between the Colombian and Canadian education system?
There's huge difference. There's a world of difference. Colombia lacks a national curriculum, for instance. So you have all of these different sectors. So you have public and private. But in Colombia, to create your own school, you don't need to have the best qualifications to do it. You just need to have money. So that's kind of like Donald Trump winning in America, right? Just because you have money doesn't mean you know anything about politics or governing or anything about that or about the people, what they want. And so when it comes to Colombia's private systems, some different. Canadians don't like living on top of each other. They like to have big spaces. And Canada is such a big country that most people have acres and acres of land. And I think it also goes back to the fact of, if you look at Canada as a country, there are some really famous and great cities. But if you look at Canada as a whole, most of the population is on the border with the United States. So you have Vancouver, you have Alberta, you have so Edmonton, Alberta, you have Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa. All of these cities, they're very close. They're within hours from the American border because it's significantly warmer living in southern Canada than it is living in northern Canada. We're talking about a difference of it being, minus 10 or minus 40 or minus 50 or so.
Okay.
So I think that has to do with it.
And the last question is, what difference are there between the Colombian and Canadian education system?
There's huge difference. There's a world of difference. Colombia lacks a national curriculum, for instance. So you have all of these different sectors. So you have public and private. But in Colombia, to create your own school, you don't need to have the best qualifications to do it. You just need to have money. So that's kind of like Donald Trump winning in America, right? Just because you have money doesn't mean you know anything about politics or governing or anything about that or about the people, what they want. And so when it comes to Colombia's private systems, sometimes while they might be better funded and have better internet access and math and access to better teachers, sometimes the things that are being taught, in my opinion, are backwards. So if you look at some of the segregated private schools, I personally don't believe in having boys separated from girls. I think that's just going to cause a world of problems and retain this idea that, I am different from you. And so that is one issue that in Canada we like to be inclusive. We don't like to separate people because we believe in multiculturality and we believe in getting to know someone else's culture. So in a public Canadian school, you'll be going to school with somebody who's part Jamaican, who's somebody's Chinese, who's somebody's from India, from somebody from Germany, and their parents are all from different languages and cultures. And that's what I think which makes the Canadian education system a lot richer.